Hello everyone, welcome to the tool demo of Vodantis Harmonize. We are into the data classification module now, where we can see different taxonomies that are available out of the box. This platform can be configured to any industry standard taxonomy, as well as it can be configured to your homegrown taxonomy as well. It classifies hundreds of thousands of records in just a few minutes. So let me run the entire process of classification for the entire data set. As you can see, it has applied this fairly real time. So the classifications are ready. We can look at it in detail by clicking on quality check. So we get to see how the platform has classified various records into different taxonomies. So here it has applied. On the left hand pane, what we see is material number. This could be your existing source system item code or material number. Then you have your material description or short description. You could also have your long description. System leverages this to identify all these output fields. It is identifying the UNSPC codes, it is identifying the nouns and modifiers, that is the class that you would want to set up in your classification. Then there is an AI generated confidence. So this is very important because for any data cleansing or processing tool, the platform should indicate instances where it is highly confident. That gives us an ability to review records where the confidence rating is high. We limit the reviews there, and if the confidence rating is low, in those cases we can actually do a deeper dive. There is a quality check flag. It can be quality checked in two different roles. So the single tick means it is reviewed by data manager, double tick means it is reviewed by a subject matter expert. It does smart grouping as well, but let's quickly see what does this mean. It is highlighting all those keywords based on which system has classified it. Now this is an AI based solution where it can learn from user inputs. So what do I mean by that? So let's say as a part of cleansing, our team is reviewing it, or business is reviewing these results. So then while this review is happening, they can look at these results a little closely, and then there could be a native rule or a business lingo or a business specific, I would say, knowledge that can be captured in the platform in the AI as well, in the AI data model. So here in this particular case, tape has been classified as an adhesive tape. But what is important is, because this is manufactured by the manufacturer named Brady, I can actually create a rule over here, because Brady does not manufacture any standard tapes. They actually manufacture safety related floor marking tapes. I can select this, and here when I let it go, it actually puts everything into the right category. It has also reclassified all these other records. Now this is a new rule that I introduced in the platform. It has learned from it, and it will apply it consistently for entire data set. Now one way for us to apply this rule is by running delta process, so that any new incremental rule can be applied. But then I could also go back to classification and run this process. This will basically reapply the entire results and regenerate the output. So it is an iterative approach through which the system continues to improve the overall data accuracy. Once classification is completed, the next step, and let me show those examples, like there I think the AI rating should also have improved. So it moved from 4.5, which you were seeing earlier, to a 5-star rating. There are few other records as well. These are red colored safety tapes or ready tapes. Those also got classified accurately. Next piece is where the datasheet templates or the knowledge base of Vodantis comes in. Here the platform already has over 4,200 predefined templates. So in this particular data set we have 49. These are the datasheet templates for ball bearing. All these characteristics are available. These are out of the box. In case you wish to change anything, like you can actually configure it specific to your requirement. You can drag and drop. Let's say type should appear after groove type. That is very much possible. You can make this change and save it. You can also add or delete new attributes to the template. So you can introduce new attributes over here. You can delete attributes as well and save the changes. But this is generally available out of the box. So very few customers do require changes, because this has already been reviewed over 250 times by different business users through our historical implementations. Next is attribute extraction, where AutoSpec identifies technical data. Let me run this quickly. So here the platform is searching the PO description, the basic data text, the long descriptions to find technical specification data. What do we mean by that? Let me quickly go into the spec data. Here, let's see this example. So here it has captured all these technical specifications for AC motor as per the datasheet template, which is applicable for each category. Let's see here as well. The platform can be trained, right? So let me see if there are any patterns that I can identify, which I would like the system to learn. Like Tech 90 is something that I would like to capture and train into insulation. I've created a rule over here. Let me scroll for some other rules. I want to introduce only new rules. I don't want to reintroduce the rule that I once introduced. Deep groove. This is for a ball bearing. It should go under groove type. So this is the obvious one. Snap ring groove should also go under groove type. Let me introduce this one as well. And now let me see how many results were affected because of this. So because of these three incremental rules in this batch itself of 280 records, it has improved 29 different rules. So it actually improves the accuracy by providing a 10x multiplier effect. So it makes the overall training process simple because it's all done on the user interface itself, where the user can train and generate an updated output. Now all this highlighted information is gone. Now here user does not have to review anything. It is all done and ready. In terms of manufacturer details, the platform is also able to extract manufacturer details. Let me extract and normalize this. I'll quickly show an example here as well. So here, let me take an example of motor. So okay, I see Baldwin has been extracted. Then I see Balder. Now here Balder was misspelled, so it has normalized it. It has normalized the information and captured along with the part number, which was earlier embedded in your description field. Next, using this manufacturer name details, I can actually run auto enrich AI process to enrich the record. So let me save this. Maybe let's pick up an example of motor as well. Okay, let's pick this one example. Let's just restart. What I'll do is I'll enrich this one record. It is actually using generative AI to find manufacturer details using the manufacturer's part number or supplier part number, whichever is available. This process, because it is leveraging generative AI, it may take a few seconds to be executed. Let me get into it and see what the system has done for this record. It has found some values, so let me show what those are. It has found a few technical values. And where did it get this from? It found it based on the manufacturer Marathon Motors, based on the part number available, and this came from Regal Rexnord, which is a catalog. So now interestingly, in this particular record, you can see all the technical spec data. We also have the product specific image available. And importantly, it has been discontinued. So now what happens for such cases, right? You also want to know what is the alternate available in the market for this product. That is where the platform is also able to present the alternative parts and their part numbers and details and price related information as well. So I'll go back to the window now. There is a simple way for us to migrate these values. Like this is all available. Maybe I just add the ones which are incremental, because there were a lot of values that are available in the input information. So let me capture this. I get this one. This is fine. This one is required. I'll update this. This is fine. I'll skip. So this is now the revised outcome that we can proceed with. Let me enrich it. This record has been enriched. Now, where do we see the updated description, right? So that's where normalization or auto-norm comes in. In auto-norm, let me start processing what I'll do is, let me go back and run auto process so that we can see all of this done fairly quickly. So here it is going to normalize the values, normalize the units of measure, making sure that we are also able to build 40 character short description, full version long description. All of this information is then standardized and generated. Let me see if there are any affected values here. So first thing it does is splitting values and units of measure. Second is it will normalize the values. Let's have a look at some of the normalized ones. These are the values that were normalized. Let's also have a look at normalized UIMs. These are value units of measure which the platform will normalize. Lastly, it also generates descriptions which are the standardized cleansed descriptions, enriched descriptions. You can apply abbreviations over here. By selecting it, you can import your abbreviation as well. Let's look at how the descriptions came out. So these descriptions have been built based on these characteristic values. Now for the short description, if we wanted to abbreviate, like motor should be MTR, continuous duty should be CD, that is also possible, and that will then allow us to add these 125 HP 3-phase into the material description, and so that the outcome is as informative for the user as possible. Further, because it has normalized the manufacturer details, it is able to identify manufacturer based duplicates. So I can do this duplicate identification. It is also able to identify form, fit and function based duplicates as well. So now this is very interesting because here it is finding duplicates based on technical spec data, and you can choose how many attributes do you want to find. Like if I went for 4 attributes, I might find more duplicates, but there could be something that may not match. But if I went down to 5 attributes, that covers maximum or the closest value match. So this covers all the features of this platform. There is a data management module through which information can be exported as an outcome, and throughout this process we have also captured quality reports, which is important because it basically takes out all those potential error candidates, and we are able to drive a very high accuracy as a final outcome. This covers the entire demo of the Harmonize tool. Now we can switch to integrity. This is a web application, so as long as you have a working internet connection and a browser such as Chrome, Edge, Firefox, you should be able to access the platform. I'll log in into Harmonize as a data analyst, which is the username as defined as Harmonize. Once I log in into this platform, as we had previously explained, it is a batch data processing tool. So here we have already set up one batch of about 290 odd records, which we will run through the end-to-end process. It comprises of material services. We'll run it from end-to-end process from a cleansing, standardization and enrichment perspective. So let me enter this batch. Now this batch can be created by importing Excel, text, CSV spreadsheets into the platform. Once the batch is imported, we get an overview of the batch. There are 292 records. There are 287 that have been processed because 5 records remain unclassified. From a process standpoint, auto class, auto dupes, auto spec, auto norm, auto enrich AI, the hinges that we saw in our previous deck, all of those are covered as a part of a seamless integrated process on the left hand pane. Auto class, which is high speed classification of materials and services into the predefined taxonomy, is part of the data classification module. Auto spec supports the attribute level details in datasheet definition and attribute extraction, manufacturer name extraction. Auto enrich AI is captured in the non-source enrichment module. Auto norm is captured in post-processing, where it is able to standardize the information, build standardized descriptions. Lastly, auto dupes, which identifies potential duplicates, that has been set up under the level 1 duplicates and level 2 duplicates fail. Now let's proceed to what do we mean by data classification. So I'll click on start processing.